Good morning. So we are going to build a fence, and I have my minion with me today.
Yep. Minion number one.
I only can afford one minion.
For now.
And so what we've decided is we needed to find our property line.
Trusty handy
Metal detector. And it was 25 bucks for a day. And so we already found one pin. Now we know that one is somewhere in this hole. We know that one is in this hole somewhere, but we haven't found it yet. But as we're running out of time to get this thing returned, we're gonna go ahead and find our other pins. So we're gonna go over here and see where the next pin is. Then once we found all our pins, we'll go and get a visual verification of that one later.
The shed's gonna give us problems.
So note to self, don't do this around a metal shed. If you got a metal shed where you think your pin might be, you need to get rid of the metal shed because it's screwing up. We can't tell. So it looks like either they dug it out or we're not going to find it because of the shed. But I went ahead and put the metal detector all the way into the dirt, and if there was a pin there, it would have read at least 0.5, and it wasn't doing that unless we got close to the shed. So they probably dug it out. Now the cool part is we could technically, we know where that pin will be over there. We know where that pin is going to be once we verify it, and we know where the pin will be at the other end of the property, and then we could just measure, and we should be able to just confirm close enough to where it is here.
350 right now.
So it's exactly there then.
His driveway is about 6 inches or so onto your property.
Okay, so we found something, but if it's the pin, it's laying sideways, so we're a little concerned we might have found a pipe, which we didn't go have things sprayed because we're not like digging big holes, so we're just being really delicate in here, just making sure it's in the vicinity where the pin should be. And when we went with the metal detector all the way around, it only showed it in this area.
Currently, I'm actually on day 1, and we've got about half the windows out thus far. You'll see that in a moment. Here we see the windows already taken out. And there are the windows. There's 1, and then 3 more over there that we're gonna be taking out as well. Took some shelves off the walls as well. Here's the scraps. There's our intact windows and screens. So far we've been fortunate and none of them have broken.
So here we are. Linda has already started digging up the disaster of a yard. So this is our neglected yard, and I've given Linda creative license to fix it.
Hi John.
Hello.
I'm glad you came out. I wanted to show you what I was doing here. We've got a gigantic mess.
Yes, we do.
You know, I like to refer to it, I already told Robin this, as a delicious mess because there's something wrong with me. I like to do things like this. I found a nice little ground cover perennial in the grass. So I'm going to dig that up and save it. This is what my grandma used to call make and do. You know, we are more into saying recycling or things like that. But it's a way to save money when you're renovating a place. This is called Creeping Jenny. It's got that beautiful, beautiful golden color, limey green. It'll just spread out and lay flat on the ground. It's wonderful. I like to dig some up and put them in my containers even, because then it'll spill down the side, just like a waterfall. It's beautiful. So you see, I've already planted some along here.
So here's the jungle out back. This is her project. She's starting in the front.
Well, our homeowner has been so busy inside that he's let the weeds grow up around the air conditioner. That's going to be bad for the energy bill and for the air conditioning unit itself, so we're going to clear a space. And walking back here, we found a nice surprise. This is rhubarb. The only thing I need to do to maintain this right now is cut this seed stock down. So I'm going to keep clearing this away, and we'll be back to see the finished product. Well, not only did we find rhubarb in that mess, there were a couple other nice little surprises. This little flower back here is a wildflower called Solomon seal. The other thing that was hiding down here was a geode. Now, you can't probably tell how pretty this is yet, but I'm going to take that in and wash it, and you'll be able to see it. And after this whole mess gets cleared out, then we're going to want to shade this air conditioning unit. That's going to get him a lot more bang for his buck. Okay, well that certainly looks better now. It's not perfect even yet, but it's better. Now I want to try to work down the side here. We've got peonies all the way along here. The only thing that needs to be done right now is I'm going to go and deadhead these.
We have Linda hard at it today, making good progress on the yard. So here we go. We're getting our sheetrock in. Chris, we're making some progress. You're learning how to sheetrock.
Yeah.
So we're getting there, and we're going to eventually get rid of this door, and then we're going to have a circulation fan right here, which will pull the air through there into this room and then circulate back there. So that should hopefully give us some ventilation in here. It's actually really quite comfortable in here, even with the door has been shut this whole time.
And with this shut, it holds the air.
Yeah,
the insulation, and we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We can run a duct underneath the steps when we put the air conditioning and heating unit. We're going to put an AC air conditioning air handling unit downstairs in the basement, and it'll have also heat, so that we can blow heat into this as well. It'll be AC for the rest of the house, but also backup heat for the rest of the house if we can't get just enough air circulating this way. And ideally what I'll have is just going to be passive circulation at the beginning. I'm going to put a sensor, occupancy sensor, that's going to go right up here. And so what that'll do is that will control the fan. And so when somebody's actually in this room, this is going to be Robin's craft room, it'll turn the fan on so it creates that circulation. Plus we're going to have the ceiling fan. This has been a little bit of a hard project because everything is crooked. Don't make fun of us. We're doing the best we can with the knowledge we have, but it'll work.
So what we did here, let's dive right in. We had old siding up here kind of going right flush with the roof line. But the old siding had actually sagged and was starting to rot really bad. So we pulled that out and we installed these. And then we just kind of angled it down the roof line, taking out any rotten siding as we went. And then also down the other side, all the way down. Kind of had to do some fancy footwork in some areas, bypassing some of the shutters. You can see there's a bit of a mess below the wood. That's we're also cleaning the siding off. We're going to repaint eventually and make it look nicer. It's kind of in flux right now. The other nice thing to note is the water runs down. It will go down and they also go up. As you can see here, there's a little line. It's average about 2 inches. So if there's any backpedaling of the water, it shouldn't go up over the next one. Also, these metal platings go up under the siding a good few inches. So as water comes down the siding and hits the metal, it'll either roll off or roll down, but it won't get back behind the siding. as overkill behind the wood you see here, this board. We also have tar paper. It's been tarred at the base, so it's kind of sticky down there, so no water can flow in up under the board and get back. And then there's also the original metal flashing back underneath all this.
So I was going to try to do a little video how-to as we work on the house, but we've got too many projects going on at the same time, but I'm going to try to be organized with it. But let's show you what we got here in the porch. As you can see, we got the sheetrock almost finished for the porch. We still have to actually connect the electrical. We got the wires ran. I got to run into that box and down there, and we'll get the electrical, and then we'll shut all this in. Porch almost finished. You just saw some footage in this video of about 2.5 weeks ago, the backyard, and now we're going to show you what Linda has done with the backyard. I think you'll like it. I know I sure do. And we just got our fence. The guy came in, Good Neighbor Fencing. He put it in 2 days. Our dogs now have a backyard. We still got to do something with the grass. What do you think, guys?
It's cute.
You like it?
Yeah, Britt, what'd you say about it?
It makes the yard seem like a lot smaller.
It makes the yard seem smaller because now we know how big it actually is?
Yeah.
I think it's nice though. So Linda's been good. She cut down some trees. She's cleared out all this. She's trying to get it to grow. Cleaned it all out. She's been working on it. She planted some new stuff she picked up from another garden today. Right here. I don't know what she's planting. I gave her a creative license to do whatever she wants. All right, so here's a quick update on the house again. And so we've got all of it sheetrocked. We started on the taping. We're going to sheetrock this last part and tape it last. We got to make some adjustments because we're actually taking this door out, so it'll go all the way through. At some point, a vent from the air handler we're going to put downstairs will come in under the steps. And then I have over here, you can see it up on that wall there. There's a fan, 3500 CFM. And that fan is controlled by this motion sensing. So it'll only kick on if somebody's actually in this room. So if she's in here doing crafts, it'll only kick on if she's in the room. And an inline thermostat. So the thermostat can do heating or cooling. I use this switch to throw for between heating and cooling. So it'll only kick on if she's actually using the room, and only if it needs to actually blow. And so that fan will help pull the air coming out of that one vent, because that's the only way we're going to get air into here, because that's the only way we can add it, is under those steps. That one vent will blow, and that'll help pull it through. In the meantime, it'll just get some air and current from the rest of the house, but this is all going to be basically open. We're going to take that out right there, that frame for the door, and this will just walk right through. So it's going to be a little wider. It's going to come out to here. So that's the idea. I've got my porch light switch off and on there. It's automatic outside. This light is auto off, and then this is the same kind of switch, but I've got it set for occupancy. This one will turn off or on if somebody's in the room, only if it's dark. So that's the idea. Now let's go outside. We bought a little cheap gazebo for $199. So that's it there, $199 gazebo. We got our screen set up. A video there for a new protocol called FT8 Call. Looks pretty cool. If you're into ham, check that out. But we're gonna watch a movie. My wife wouldn't like that. But look at the yard, it's coming along. We're gonna put a garden over here. And this area is gonna be garden. We've got some topsoil coming in to replant the grass. This used to be a parking lot. This is the reason why, and then weeds started growing up, so we killed all the weeds. So we gotta plant that here. I've got 80 foot of Roan 25 tower right here. I have to look at the policies. I know with amateur radio we get some leniency here in Newton. I'm hoping to have 2 towers. If I can do that, I'm going to have one right here in this corner, about 16 feet from the back, and then I'm going to have one over there. And again, that all depends on what they actually say the restrictions are. I'm not really sure, because the only documentation I found said it doesn't apply if you're amateur radio. So, and then that will allow me to run close to 200 foot a dipole at 200 feet, 227 feet if I do it right. It'll be kind of a zigzag kind of dipole, but it'll be like a Z shape. But I'll be able to get about 200 feet on here. It's coming along. We got to get our painting done still.